blah, 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 blah. Like, what do I say? I was flat. I'm Rich.
And I'm Josh.
Make sure your Walkman is at full battery because we're diving into our dad tapes.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for listening to tape number 50, the dad tapes. Let's get rolling. What are we drinking tonight? What the fuck's so funny over there, man? Huh?
Tonight we'll be drinking Neshaminy Creek Brewing Company. They're from Croydon, Pennsylvania. It is the Ultra Kush. It's a 6.0 ABV, and it's a hazy IPA. I know my normal thing to say here is I'm not a big fan, but quite honestly, I think I am now a fan. So
I have turned you on to
you
the
have
hazy
absolutely
IPAs.
turned me on to hazy IPAs. Yes.
Yeah.
So, credit to you for that one.
Sweet.
So let's get the fucking cracking, bro. It wasn't a lot of pop there.
It does have a lot of smell.
Does it?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
that's good.
Dude.
That's really good. This is probably the best hazy IPA I've had.
You know what? I agree. I've had a few actually. Damn, that's really good. Shit.
Yeah. Well, I think I found a new favorite hazy.
Definitely in the top 10, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would put it. I'd put it up in the top 10.
I would put that up with the Tonewood, the Fuego.
The Fuego?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's really good. I like that.
This would be good. This is going to be, arguably, it could creep into the top 5 for me.
Yeah. I agree.
I'm talking,
honestly,
it's
I
right
agree.
up there with the Slightly Mighties.
Yep. It's very smooth, but it's crisp. Honestly, this is a good summer beer, in my opinion.
This is talking about summer and shit we need to do, bro. We need to get on some fucking, we need to get on the links. We need to hit some balls and get some nice fucking hazy IPAs from the Ultra Kush now, but not drop them in that goddamn dirt. You fucking redneck. Anyway, bro, how's your week been?
It's been all right.
Special teams, special plays, special players. God damn it. Yeah, so
Tuesday.
How's your week been, bro?
Can't complain. It's been a bit of a slower week. As the week kind of comes to an end in the shitty weather we had today, so it was nice to have a nice little break, break in the weather.
Yeah. Well, the rain kind of, it almost ruined my grass cutting day, I'll tell you that much. I was kind of pissed about that, but
did you get it cut before it rained?
I got done blowing off the sidewalk as it was starting to rain and thunder.
Okay.
So
you kind of completed everything then?
Yeah, I didn't do the beds and stuff that I wanted to do, but I'm going to have to do that like sometime on Friday because tomorrow it's supposed to rain too. Tomorrow's no, it's only a chance, right?
I don't know. I haven't looked.
I don't know. But
all I've got in my mind lately the past couple of days is the new job. The new old job.
The new old job. Well, you put it, this is your last part of, this is the second part of your 2 weeks, right?
Yep, I have.
This is it, boy.
Saturday is my last day.
Woo! Doing big things.
Yeah, finally.
My boy's growing up. Look at that. Look at that.
Right. I'm getting hurt with my chest.
God damn.
Yeah, no, I met with one of the coordinators for Local 172 on Monday.
Okay.
Filled out some paperwork. And found out that they are recognizing my hours with Kylie, but from before.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm exempted from having to be an apprentice. So I get to jump right to journeyman, which is awesome, I mean, I put a lot of hours in with Kylie, and it's cool that they're actually acknowledging those hours. And the other cool thing is with the union that I'm going into now is if I do get laid off, I do have a lot more opportunity for work with other companies.
Okay.
So it'll be pretty cool. I could just go to the hall if I get laid off and be like, hey, I need some work. Yeah. And they'll get me set up,
That's cool. That's cool because
it's good.
I know you ran, you'd be laid off. I don't want to say frequently, but definitely not infrequently. It was more than infrequent, but at least at the end, I mean, that's when you were just you laid off for a while.
Yeah, I was off for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of had to make a last minute decision, make or break, But so far it's looking up. It's pretty good. Getting Natty this weekend. Still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that.
Yeah.
So,
what's on the horizon of what to do?
I was thinking about going down to the boardwalk. Before all the
which boardwalk?
Ocean City.
Okay.
Obviously.
Okay.
Before all the shoobs come in,
Fucking shoobs.
So
you mean Memorial Day weekend?
Yeah, I know. I want to get there before that. I get like 2 chances to go. It's before they come in and after they leave.
And welcome to being a local.
Yeah, right.
That's what it's like growing up here.
Yeah, local summers, in October.
September, October. Well, yeah, not even much September anymore because the shoobs are.
It's after Labor Day, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how about you? How's work? How's the kids?
So work's going good. Sold another timeshare.
There you go.
Got some deals out of my presentation stuff now.
Cool.
So I'm killing it on that front. Dude, this last couple I sat with, they had their son there. Oh my God, it was crazy. I'm not going to get too much into it. Like, honestly, I could have a fucking podcast talking about the people I sit with in timeshare. It is legitimately crazy. Okay? I'm not even kidding you. The shit you see. So like, it's a couple. She was born in 85. He was born in 77.
Ooh.
And, he's like a little entrepreneur. She has her own hair salon business. They're there with their 11-year-old son that they have together. In total, combined, they have 6 kids, but it's blended. And the youngest one, who was 11, was their only one together, right? And bro, out of nowhere, next thing I know, she gets up to go to the bathroom. Everything's cool, great. Great conversation. She comes back. And she starts talking about how, his girlfriend or some girl he's running with on the side, that bitch that says I got the crooked lips and my butt's crooked. I was like, I was so dumbfounded, bro. I was sitting there like blah, 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 blah. Like, what do I say? I was flabbergasted, bro.
She called him out at a fucking timeshare meeting.
Yeah. And we're like, it's like 2 hours in, right? And out of nowhere, it's just like, what the fuck is that?
He was trying to get somewhere else so he could take a side piece there.
I don't know, bro. And she's just like, I was thinking about that when I was in the bathroom. I was like, well, why are you thinking about that in the bathroom? Why don't you think about where you're going to try to get the money to get your boy out here who's out here wanting, says, Mommy, Daddy, I want to go to Disney World. He wants to go to Disney, and you out here talking about your butt cheeks crooked? God, man. I had to play.
Cheek, right cheek.
I had to, don't get me wrong. She was all cheeked up, bro, but like she definitely got some injections and stuff, Botox and everything, but
oof.
But it's just like, what are you doing? I had to play therapist for a moment there, several times throughout the whole. I was with them for like 4 hours, dude.
Your Jill came out of you.
God, yeah. Thank God I had I have a master's degree in social work by extension. God, bro. But work's going good. Work's crazy, getting crazy busy. This time of year, shoobs. I got to make the money off of them. Got to sell them some timeshare. And then home life's good. Dex is improving with his speech, which is great. The speech therapist is saying that she's seen improvements, which is awesome, right? With this whole glides and the rolling of the R's and things like that. And Bridget got accepted for a preschool. Thank God for the township. That'll start September. So happy for that.
Jeez, dude.
I know, bro. It sucks that they do this lottery system.
Well, it's not. I wasn't even thinking the lottery system. I was thinking she's growing up too fucking fast, man.
Don't remind me of that.
Holy fuck.
Don't remind me of that.
God damn.
She getting sassy, too.
Yeah, she is.
Bro, like...
We can't let her girls hang out together.
She will fucking yell at you, bro. I'm not even kidding. Like, yeah. No, like, oh my God. She will scream at the top of her lungs. If, like, you go to, like, say, hey, we got to clean up. It starts off like a no. I was like, it's like, Bridget, we got to get cleaning up so we can get to dinner. I said no! I was just like, holy cow, where'd that come from? No, it's me. But it's all you can do.
That's the joke.
Smack him around a little bit.
What did the 5 fingers say to the face? What? Slap!
Yeah, right. But yeah, man, it's cool. It's life's good. Life's good.
Yeah, good.
Can't complain.
Good.
But you know what time it is, bro?
It's about 9:15.
It's about that time I realized this was a prehistoric tarantulas crustaceous animal in front of me, 10 stories tall. I said, like that, Munder? You ain't getting no 350. How about 250? How about 250? He was so mad. It was damn right I was mad. I meant the monster. Damn it, woman, shut up. I love that episode. For those not aware, it's a South Park episode about the Loch Ness Monster being, you just ask, just give it a watch. Just South Park Loch Ness Monster. Anyway, bro, what time is it?
It's time for us to be aware dads.
It's about time.
It's time for us to be aware dads with a reading from The Daily Dad by Ryan Holiday. Tonight we will be reading January 30th. They do most of it. When the comedian Pete Holmes heard that Mitch Hurwitz, the creator of Arrested Development, had 2 daughters who were both in their 20s, he congratulated him. You did it, he said, acknowledging that his friend had made it through the gauntlet, successfully raising 2 daughters to adulthood. But Hurwitz refused to take the compliment. You know, he joked, they did most of it, which is true. As we've said before, while being a parent is incredibly important, we're not nearly as important as we think we are. We do our best to set a good example. They do most of the work. As hard as our job is, they have it way harder. Don't you remember being 10 or 15 or 20? You don't remember being a kid? Probably because you were so busy literally developing a brain. So yes, it's amazing to see what they've become and what they've done. Just remember that they get the credit and you get the blame.
Yeah,
I like that last part.
You do get the blame. But hey, that's part of parenthood.
Yeah.
In a world where we have a hard time telling our loved ones how we feel, for whatever reason, it's also those moments where we should be telling them things. It's those words that we have always strived for as a child and even as an adult from our friends, our partners, and even as far as our employers. You're enough. Tonight we're going to discuss the topic of filling our cups and filling others' cups and the significance that has.
It's time for our data dump. Firstly, let's talk about what it even means to fill your cup. Fill your cup is a metaphor that means taking care of yourself first before trying to care for others. Self-care is important for your emotional and physical health, and it gives you the energy to meet the demands of your everyday life. When you fill your own cup, you can replenish some of your own water so you aren't fully emptying your cup. If your cup is never empty, then you can keep on giving to those who you care about and back to yourself. Shifting to filling the cup of your partner and friends. You need to ensure your own cup is filled to be able to give more, or you're going to find yourself burnt out and overloaded. However, when we are able to give, we also need to understand how we fill our love cups with those around us. More specifically, our partners need their love languages filled for their cup to be filled. Because if it's not something they're willing to drink, then it won't fill up their cup. The last thing we are touching on is filling the cup of our children. Just as equally important as ourselves and our loved ones, not filling your child's emotional cup can be damaging to their well-being mentally and emotionally, both short-term and long-term. The short-term would influence their social interactions, stress management, emotional regulation, and sense of belonging. Those negative effects can have lifelong influences on teen years and into adulthood. We need to remind ourselves that our children are human beings too, and even though they're children, they feel the same way we feel and want the same things we want, emotionally as adults. And that was our data dump.
Oh, shit. So, growing up, we know the times we're in, the millennial age and the Gen Zers, and, how, we're just more emotionally aware of the effects compared to older generations. And it was just different times. I mean, different times required different motives and different meanings and different reasons for doing things. Yeah. And now that we've shifted into a more emotionally aware society, or shifting to, that is, what reflecting back on your own childhood, I am sure we can all sit here and think of times that we had an empty cup as a kid.
Yeah.
And the way that we felt. I mean, it's not hard to just remember, right? So, in your reflection of your childhood and reflecting back on those moments, how are you going to be able to try your best in your very short time with Addie to spot those moments and help fill that cup when you can? And I know we've discussed previously that you try to put everything you can into your time with her, but we also know it gets, just for lack of better terms, kids can be annoying.
Yeah.
In a short time, how are you going to be able to overcome your own negative emotions and provide her her filling up her cup?
Honestly, I mean, like we've talked about before, both kids and parents need, obviously, love, support, anything and everything you can give them.
Yeah.
Even being a parent, you seek that love
Absolutely.
and encouragement partner, from your kids as well, and even your partner. But I think the majority of the time, sometimes, like you had said, when, obviously, it all happens. It happens with every kid. They get a little annoying, obviously. They're kids,
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, when Bridget's screaming at me, that's annoying. At the best.
I try to when it gets to the point where I get a little overwhelmed, or if she gets overwhelmed, I like to try to either give her a task or let her enjoy something that she likes to do on her own. I don't know, like Legos or a puzzle or even playing video games, and kind of just give them that time to let them recollect themselves and enjoy a few moments of peace and quiet to them, and then kind of slowly try to incorporate something back into what they're doing and just get their attention and be like, hey, we're going to go do this. And then she's like, okay, and she kind of gets to that point where she's kind of wind down. She's not as overwhelming. But I also try to keep the attention to her as much as possible when I do have her, because I want her to know that she's loved and cherished and all this other stuff. I don't want her to sit here and think oh, daddy's bored of me or daddy's annoyed. He's just doesn't want anything to do with me right now. Which obviously kids do get a little overwhelming, so parents do need a few minutes to themselves, you know?
Yeah. No. You know what? I want to interrupt you too real quickly because I want to challenge you on something. And I challenged myself on this too. You know, we all know that one of the signs of a kid trying to, you know, cry out for love is to annoy.
Yeah.
Is to be that way. And I'm just as at fault of it as anybody else, maybe if not more, in trying to provide space, but really all they want in that moment is like, fuck, a hug.
Yeah.
You know?
They want attention.
Yes, exactly. And that's the hardest part about it, because you're right. We need to take that moment to breathe. And it comes down to accepting the fact as a parent that you need to fill your cup as well as fill theirs, especially in a moment like that when it's a high stress moment. So I think we should both challenge ourselves. Like, if we have enough to pour out in those fucking challenging moments, in those times where those kids are just relentless.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
To do better in regard of giving them more attention or love. Because I like I said, dude, I'm totally, especially with Declan, because I've noticed it too with school and the way that he'll come home and he'll like annoy Bridget or annoy us or something like that. He's just wanting that attention.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he goes all day with the, you know, full of attention, whether it's the teachers or the kids, you know, his classmates. They constantly have someone's attention, whether it's an adult or a kid in school.
Yes, you're right. But I think on the flip side, it's not the attention of those that they actually... Friends can fill your cup so much. You know, teachers... Well, I mean, when it's one teacher with 20 kids, it's a little tough to give any attention to individually. But that being said, you know, friends fill the cup in a different way, but parents and siblings fill it up in an opposite way.
Yeah.
In a way that's more impactful.
Yeah.
So at least I know I'm going to be starting to challenge myself in being a little bit more willing to pour more out of my cup for him when he wants it, in comparison to trying to create space for both of us. Because, and it's going to be finding a balance, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough because with this concept of the show, I've thought about that even myself as a kid. And I would spend a lot of time just playing by myself.
Yeah.
I would
did
spend,
too.
Yeah. You know, and at the end of the day, like reflecting, it was, I don't want to say okay or anything like that or not okay. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is it just feels lonely.
Yeah.
So even when we do try to create that space because we think we're doing intentionally good things, it may not be that way.
Yeah, because you look at it, like if you were to take it and look at it, you know, through an adult's eyes, and if you look back on yourself as a kid and you actually look at like, oh, hey, you know, these are the things that I did, but I did them alone and I did them by myself. At the time, I may have thought that they were cool, but now when you actually sit back and really reflect on it, you're like, wow, like why did I do that alone? Like, why didn't I have, you know, others with me, or whether it's friends, family, whatever, you know, like, why did I actually just have to subject myself to just being by myself? I don't know. I mean, it's a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, it's hit or miss, you know, but
I mean, I don't want to say it's good or bad. It just shapes you.
Yeah.
You know, and it's going to have impacting elements and behaviors and mannerisms and emotions. But once that individual has kids, it's, you know, you got to, as we talked about before, like breaking generational habits.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I know, and that's what you are on that mantra of doing, is not being that way that we were raised or how we felt. And I know for anybody listening, every generation wants to do that same thing too. They don't want to repeat those bad behaviors. But when we don't have enough self-awareness, when we don't have enough self-control, that's just what is innate.
it's nature.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's first nature to you. That's just what you go to.
Yep.
So let's kind of shift gears for a moment because I wanted to ask you about your cup in your last marriage. Okay. Your only marriage, okay. I guess you could say. I mean, how, reflecting back in that and going through what you did with that, what was that like?
Honestly, it was kind of hard. I felt like I was the one that was there was no feeling. I was the main provider for the family, I was constantly working, barely had any home time, I wasn't there for all the special moments as Addie was growing up. But knowing that I was that provider, knowing that I was doing what I thought was right to make sure that Addison had a good life, that was the only thing that really kind of kept me going with it.
Okay.
But it was kind of tough because, we didn't have the best relationship, me and my ex-wife. We really didn't. And I'm not going to sit here and I'm going to rag on myself too, because I know that I didn't fill up her cup as much as I should have.
Yeah.
But it's tough to juggle between being the main provider, coming home. I don't want to say dealing with your kids, but
dealing with your kids
and trying to fill up your significant other's cup. Like, it's so much to deal with at once. And that's part of the reason why, like, I had those 5-10 minutes to myself when I first got in the driveway to try and collect myself, because I know I had so much going on.
So that's great because you're able to change gears, but from what it kind of sounds like, you didn't have, and I know we've talked about, filling your partner's cups and your partner's filling your cups and your children's cups, but we haven't really talked about filling your own cup.
Yeah.
And it sounds like even then you just didn't even have the ability to.
No.
And I know firsthand when you would try to go fill your cup, and by that it's just doing things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
It's making you feel happy and whole again. Like going fishing. I know what the cause and effect would be at home with that. I know what would happen because, it's
an immediate, oh, you don't want to spend time with me and your daughter.
Like, yeah, because she's
and try to make you feel bad.
The situation wasn't allowing her cup to be filled either.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's a shame because just altering the perspective of saying, hey, let me allow this individual to fill their cup up so then that way they can come home with a full cup and help me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm sure her cup was just as empty too.
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's tough. Parenting is tough. Living with people is tough. Relationships are tough. And I get it. I understand.
I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in, and it's pretty rough.
It sounds insane to try to navigate.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you had brought up earlier with, the easiest ways to fill your own cup up, like just do things that you want to, do things you love to do. Take time for yourself, or even if you think that, spending time with your kids or one-on-one with your wife or your significant other.
Making pizza night together with the family.
It's just something.
That's filling everybody's cup right there.
Exactly. Doing something that you think is going to be fun for everyone.
You know what you guys need?
What?
A vacation. Yeah. I know where you can get one.
Hey, I got the new old job again, so I'm going to be able to start taking vacations again. Shit.
Hey, we had to have a conversation, my man.
No, dude. Nope. Not doing it.
No, I do, bro. Mm-mm. Bro. Mm-mm. We just talked about how it's important to fill each other's cup up, and I'm not trying to timeshare you right now, but I just realized, like, it's the truth, man. Because
even that, like you just said, taking a vacation.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
That's just like it's in comparison. Yeah, it's gonna have its moments where it's like you want to rip your fucking hair out.
Yeah, but you're getting away from your everyday life.
And you are filling your cup up, and you're filling everybody else's cup up because it's the time.
Yeah. It's kind of like, in a sense, like how everyone talks about, hey, like, oh, we need to do like a yearly vacation, you know? Like there's nothing wrong with doing a yearly vacation. I mean, I think it should be more than just a yearly thing where you go once a year, because you're going and you're getting away from worrying about things that you have to do day in and day out all the fucking time.
Bro, it sounds like you need to buy a timeshare.
It sounds like I need a goddamn vacation in general. An actual
Not
vacation.
Not to Florida where you go and... Never mind.
So you sleep on a fucking air mattress in a camper.
Oh, I was talking about bringing home a girl.
Yeah. Anyway. No, but still, I mean, that's a good point. Vacations are a really good way to fill up everyone's cup, not just yourselves.
Kind of brings us to a resolution. Oh, God grief. That almost brought you to your resolution. You almost was resolved right there.
Yeah, I was almost.
You was going to be absolved from this world. There are several ways to fill your emotional cups and the cups of those nearest to your heart. However, it's a balance act. So when you catch yourself running low, you need to communicate that. And you need to let your loved ones around you know. Ultimately, it comes down to self-awareness and simply asking the question, did I fill my partner's love cup up today, or did I fill their pain cup up today? That question can help you become more aware. And asking that same question, but about yourself and about your children, will continue to enhance your ability to fill those cups. Hopefully you're not looking for the type of cups where it's like with two girls in a cup, finding yourself in a situation. Oh, God. So what situation you got for us tonight, bro?
The first one by Mick in the United States. Today I saw an elderly man fall on a crosswalk. So I jumped off my bike to help. As I helped him across, the light turned green. I then watched across 6-lane street as someone stole my bike. FML.
Your life sucks, bro.
And the next one by Callus, United States. Today I bit my boyfriend's neck. I felt something squirt into my mouth.
Oh.
Turns out I had just popped a pimple on his neck,
dude,
into my mouth.
You read that earlier, and I totally forgot about it, and so now that was disgusting. Oh, my God. You know what? You kind of deserve that one. What's the fucking next? So keep it moving, dude. I'm going to get sick. Is there another one? Oh, God.
And the last one by No Name in Canada.
Oh, God.
Today at the dentist, I was getting my teeth cleaned. Looking up at his nose, I saw runny snot dripping onto his lip. I tried to slowly move away. He told me, stop. The movement of his lips caused the snot to fall right into my mouth. FML.
God, that's... Oh, God. Oh, my God, bro. You won't be finding that stuff on any of our social media, which is Facebook.com/The Dad Tapes, on Instagram at The Dad Tapes Podcast, on Twitter at The Dad Tapes, TikTok where you'd actually be able to see, that's not dropped down if it actually happens at The Dad Tapes Podcast. And be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review of the show wherever you listen to the podcast, guys. It truly helps out.
Before we wrap this tape up, let's get to this week's dad joke.
Before you get to that one, I got one little one. Shout out to my mom. Ready?
Go ahead.
So how do you get Pikachu onto the bus?
I don't know.
You Pokemon.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bonnie. How do you find Will Smith in the snow?
Just look for where Chris Rock getting smacked.
Oh, shit. You look for Fresh Prince.
Oh, that's actually really good.
That's a good one.
Oh, my God. Guys, you definitely want to rewind the tape before you box it back up to hear that one. Those two jokes alone, those were good. Those were Great dad jokes. But, we got to wrap it up here, guys. I got to get back up there. I got to warm up some dinner for the wife. So I'm checking out, guys. Deuces.
Later. Have a good week.